And welcome back, everyone. I'm Stephen Robinson, and indeed it is time to crank it up for week 3 of Friday Night Fever with a lot to get to tonight. Ready to start off the big show. Our very own Blake Levine, who is stationed in the FNF headquarters, if you will, with our game of the week. Blake.
Thanks, Stephen, and you all know the drill. Waste no time. Let's get right into it. Clarksdale on their home turf, but on the road versus Coahoma County. The Wildcats defense, well, they're showing out. Already up 6-0 in the first. The Red Panthers running it up the middle. But stacked up, Vincent Simmons and his amigos, they're going to force that punt. And Decarius Bay, he's ready for this. He's going to start this run off with a little okey-doke spin move. And now he's going to come up the left side before he makes 2 more jukes. Little arm tackles right there. He's going to make it to the Panthers 35, setting up a short field. And a few plays later, a little trickery in the backfield. Fools the defense and me, the cameraman, Sammy L. Ray, the fourth, to use his speed and get the points. All Wildcats tonight as they steamroll Coahoma County 42-0. Next over, we head over to Greenwood for the Cleveland Central versus Greenwood High game. Greenwood quarterback DeAndre Smith looking. He's going to see the defense here, and he's going to throw it to the no one other than Kobe Chambers. Kobe, can't you see? Sometimes your moves just hypnotize me. He's going to take this almost to the house. Gained some serious yards, still 0-0 in the first, but that score does not last long. DeAndre Smith with the fake handoff, but Smith is going to take it himself. He's going to get into that end zone. Greenwood High going to go up 6-0. And as you can see, the Cleveland Wolves energy, it's going to be still a little high. The Wolves retaliate. Ooh, look at the band. They're playing their little music. They're actually going to score right here, get into the end zone. The Wolves make a field goal, making it 7-6. Cleveland Central at the end of the first quarter. Greenwood, they will take the game, though, however, 45-7. Back to you, Stephen.
All right, thanks a lot, Blake. Let's keep the highlight machine rolling. The FNF Express now taking us over to the Hornets' nest. Greenville hosting Ruleville Central, picking up second quarter. Hornets driving into Tiger territory until Lorenzo Cotton comes up with the takedown on Ty Mitchell McCullough for the big loss. But it wouldn't be long for the Hornets to get the ground game going. Aaron Coates, stage right, check that, stage left. He gets around the end near that first down marker. Few plays later, it is LaMarcus Kinney ready to cash in. Up the gut he goes. The Hornets also going. They would go on to beat Ruleville. Big fashion in that one. Now let's go over to Washington School. The Gens' new coach, Greg Wallace, matching wits with his former team and former Washington offensive coordinator Steve Glisson. Gens up 14-0 in the second. That's LaGuardia Williams comes up with the sack. Gens, though, will respond here on 3rd and long. Caleb James with the pass. Yeah, out in the flats with the old hook and ladder. Thomas Barr breaks a tackle. Then he hits Turbo. Yeah, quick, fast, in a hurry. He is in the end zone. Gens go up 20-0 at that point. But with seconds remaining into the half, the Colts fire right back when John Thomas Aguzzi on the fade route to Jack Cartwright. Yes, Bonanza style. Mr. Cartwright, he comes down with the grab in traffic, cuts across the grain, takes it down to the 3. However, they were not able to cash in as the Gens defense. They come up with a stiff right there, and they win it. Washington 34-7 winners.
Well, the Delta News is oozing with talent. I'm now joined with Ryan Harrison, who spent tonight in Belzona, and I'm just going to let you take it away. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, thanks, Blake. We had a potential comeback in Simmons versus Humphreys County matchup. Simmons was up 14-0 early, but the Cowboys, they came roaring back with this nice pass to fullback Jimmy Hayes. That tied it up 14 apiece. And Simmons, next possession for Simmons, they're going to come up to Darius. He is going to pass it to Tyzarius McKnight, who tries to fight for extra yards, but the ball is popped loose. Cowboys recovering are back in business in Blue Devil territory. Now, Cowboys, they're going to be looking to take the lead at the goal line, and Maurice White, he's going to keep it himself to give the Cowboys the lead 21-14. But will they complete the comeback? No, they won't, as Simmons had a comeback of their own to beat the Cowboys 36-27.
Well, thanks, Ryan. That was a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, it's time to take a break, but when we come back, we take you across the border to Arkansas and check in on some 8-man football. Stay with us.
Yeah, we're just getting this party started where we now take a trip across the great Mississippi River. We go over to Arkansas, check out Lakeside. They were doing battle with Greenville Christian. Opening quarter we go in this one. Lakeside already up 8-0. Saints first possession. Marcus Anderson gets taken down by James Noden, saying no, not so fast, my friend. Next play, same results. Noden with back-to-back QB takedowns. Number 16, he is a player, folks. Got to like that hustle. Next possession for the Beavers. Again, they scored on the first possession, 8-0. Fourth and short, they go to James Jones. He explodes up the gut. I see you, Mr. Jones. Beavers go up 14-0. Last quarter report, they were still playing this one. Lake Village on top 52-43 in the fourth. Now let's go over to the home of the O'Bannon Greenway. They welcome Elsie to town, and I tell you what, Elsie not nice visitors here. They were up 30-0, and they got a kid by the name of DeFabian Fant around that left end, followed by DeFabian Fant around the right end for a big chunk of yardage. Can't arm tackle that guy, folks. Takes a load to bring him down, and Coach Lang telling his guys, we got to wrap up, but it didn't work. Howard Whitehead, he gets the call up the middle. Much more where that came from. Panthers roll yet again. Coach Hodge and the squad, 40-0 winners. Now let's head over to Belzona, where Deer Creek got 8-man to talk about, doing battle with Humphreys Academy. Both teams undefeated. Humphreys Academy will start off by airing it out. Alfred Hill cannot be brought down, uses immense size. How about that into the end zone? First score. Yeah, that kid is a big fella, folks. Man, a load to bring down and then some. The next possession, Deer Creek looking to get something going. We've heard this name quite often this season. Jarrett Statterfield tries to scramble but cannot get away from the pass rush there. Man, Humphreys Academy, 8-man football, but those guys look like they could be playing on Saturdays at the size that they bring to the table. Humphreys Academy will go on to take this one. The final here, 46-30. HA off to a 3-0 start.
Let's head over to Leland High School, where they were facing Riverside. It was a muggy night out tonight, but there was no stopping these athletes. Here we go. Riverside's Amarius Pam taking it to himself, getting through the Leland defense pretty quickly. He's able to get the first down for the Bulldogs. Leland Cubs now have the possession. Ryan Cannon, he's going to use his cannon. He's going to throw it to Javadian Johnson, who's brought down hard by Riverside's Carson Cram. It's still 20-0 Leland in the third. Here are some strong defense by Leland, as Riverside's Dawson Graham is brought down hard in the bear hug by Leland's Coffee Charles. 20-0 Leland going into the final quarter. Leland wins the game 22-14. Now heading over to Clarksdale, where we find Strayhorn versus Lee Academy. First drive for the Mustangs. It's not going to go anywhere. Check this out. Handoff inside, met immediately by number 50 and all his buddies. It's Thanksgiving already. Get a plate. That's a turnover on downs. Colts ball now. Lee driving. Luke Crumpton is going to dish the ball, the ball, anything you want to call it, right out to Nicholas Nolan, who's going to break an arm tackle and show us his moves for the first down. But that drive would come to a stall on fourth. Crumpton, he's going to look, but he's not going to find anyone. Throwing it to the sidelines for an incompletion. Lee Academy, they would go on to win 34-6. Well, it's time for our last break, but when we come back, we have some other scores around the Delta and the state. Stay with us.
All right, Blake, all the highlights are in the bag. Now it's time to get caught up on some scores.
Oh, my favorite time, right?
Yeah, there we go. Let's
Go
rev
ahead.
them up, beginning first with Gentry on the road at Holmes County Central. Wow, the Rams perhaps should have stayed in Indianola tonight. They lose 50-0. Also, it was Oxford knocking off Grenada 33-14. The Chargers coming up on the L side over in the northeast part of our state.
Moving to some more scores, St. Joe's, well, they just continue to win. They seem like they win every week. 59-16 over Glenbrook, and Pillow, oh boy,
That
97 straight points unanswered, and they beat Ken 45-0.
And they're setting up that collision course, St.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Pillow. We were talking about
Those
that
two
one a little
teams,
earlier. Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure. Also in action tonight, Indianola, they had the tough loss last week to Pillow. Well, another tough loss. This one on the road to North Delta, 35-14. And Rosedale, the Eagles, Coach Nolden and his squad, they go on the road, get the job done. 28-15 winners over Jay-Z minus Beyonce.
And Shaw, well, they took a little bit of beating to Rosafort. You see the score, 47-6. That's a beat down. That's 41 points.
For sure. And also a couple other scores to pass along. South Delta, Coach Hooker and his Bulldogs, they get the job done, blanking Port Gibson 24-0. And West Tally, the Choctaws, they go on the road and they cool off Coldwater 20-0. Your score there. So there's week 3 in the bag. Blake, I think it was a great show.
Compared to last week, I'll take that as a win.
All right.
Good win.
All right, for sure. That's going to do it. Have a good night, everybody.